Hi, this is a video around vulnerability, a mini cognitive movement session to just notice what you feel, how you feel about being vulnerable. It can be really, really scary to let ourselves be vulnerable, especially if we're recovering from a big betrayal or a deep hurt or a deep loss. Those are the times where we often feel the most vulnerable because our worlds have been shaken. And I want you to just notice what's in your body with vulnerability. We're going to observe where it feels safe and who it feels safe to be vulnerable around. And more importantly, identify where it may not feel safe yet and potentially find some steps to see if that could be remedied, or potentially deciding that those people are people you just don't feel comfortable to be vulnerable around. And that's okay. This is about honoring your inner self and where you feel safe to be vulnerable. When we can't be vulnerable, we lose out on part of the human experience, and we don't want to be doing that. So it's so important to find these people that we can trust to be vulnerable, who are going to hold that space for us, who are not going to judge us, and who are going to allow us to have our process, not rush us through, but allow us to be in it at the pace that we need. Take a deep breath. We're actually going to take 3. Put your hand on your belly so you can really feel it. One last time. Okay. Looking down at the body, notice vulnerability, or I'm vulnerable. We're going to do a nice, slow, gentle set with vulnerability. Noticing where it is in the body, getting very descriptive with a few words. Is it heavy or light? Is it dull or sharp? Is there a color or shape to it? How intense is this? Is it a resistance to vulnerability or an acceptance of vulnerability? What are you feeling? Get very clear in those feelings in the body. I'm going to wait a couple more seconds before we dive in. Get very, very clear on what you're feeling about vulnerability. If you're feeling resistance, honor that. Cognitive movement is about meeting you where you are. It's not about pushing you. It's meeting you where you are and moving you at a pace that you are willing to go. And if you're not willing, then pause this video and watch it another day. If you are willing, wonderful. Please continue. And notice what's coming up. Does it feel safe to be vulnerable? Is it scary? Are you like a cat over a bathtub where you want to do anything except go into the sea of vulnerability? Notice what is coming up for you. Okay. Pause the video if you need more time. Journal your thoughts. Notice what's there for vulnerability. This is a really important one to be journaling with because it can shift a lot in just one session. So please feel free to pause, journal any thoughts and notes that you want to jot down, and then hop back into this video. All right. Connecting to where you're feeling the vulnerability in the body. Start to move the ball nice and slow. Nice and slow. Nice and slow. Vulnerability. Saying the color either side, making sure the arm crosses the median line of the body as it comes across. Notice. Notice. Vulnerability. Vulnerability. Nice and slow. Going up to the belly button now. Vulnerability. How are you feeling about it? Does it feel scary? Does it feel safe? Does it feel comforting? Does it feel uncomfortable? But you know that once you can be vulnerable with certain people, there will be relief. What has your experience been? Would you like it to be? Feeling it in the body. Going up to the solar plexus now. Noticing this vulnerability. Feeling it. Vulnerability. Vulnerable. Allow yourself to be as vulnerable as you've ever been right now. Drop down into it. Let yourself feel what is there. What is there? What is there? Vulnerability, being vulnerable. Look around. See what you see. Feel what you feel. Dropping down into that vulnerability. Vulnerability, going up to the heart now. Letting yourself feel whatever's there. Vulnerability. Vulnerability. Staying in it. Vulnerability. Vulnerability. Good. Vulnerability. Being vulnerable. Staying in it. Vulnerability. Going up to the throat. Vulnerability. Vulnerable. Use whatever derivative of the word feels more powerful for you, whatever brings up more sensation in the body. Vulnerable. Good. You're doing great. Keep staying with it. Vulnerable. Going up to the eyes. Vulnerable. With this level of intuition, what do you know about vulnerability? What do you know? What does it give you? Even if you aren't willing to accept it right now, what could it give you? Vulnerability. Up overhead, what's possible? What may be possible with vulnerability that wasn't possible at the start of this session? Are there people that maybe you hadn't thought of before that are safe for you to be vulnerable with? Are the people that you have been vulnerable with who have violated your trust? And now you have a more clear line of where you feel comfortable and how much you can trust them. Notice what's coming up. Inhale, bring the ball to heart center. Exhale, push it down. Letting that sit for a moment. Notice what you're feeling in the body. Take a drink of water if you need one. Okay, we're going to go right into the eyes, starting on the right. First, checking first into the body. What's the same? What's changed with vulnerability? Pause this video for a moment, take notes, see how intense it is on a scale 1 to 10. Has it changed in its heaviness or lightness? Has it changed in dull or sharpness? Has the color or the shape changed? Just notice this, pause the video, come back when you're ready. Welcome back. All right. Holding the head neutral, letting the eyes go to the side, staying in vulnerability. I want you to find a place where you were vulnerable with someone and they were not able or willing to hold space for you for whatever reason. Maybe they got into a place of one-upmanship. Maybe they judged you. And just letting yourself go back into that experience where you tried to be vulnerable and it left you feeling worse. Notice what's there. Pausing any place where you're seeing double vision, where the eyes may be locked, or where they really hurt or really feel stretched. Just noticing it. Staying in that. With double vision, oftentimes I'll go ahead and show you. If you just go into unfocused vision, keeping the ball where the double vision was, and then you're going to be letting your brain go out to the ball with the unfocused vision and see what colors you see are there. Do your best to try to identify a few. And then when you think you have it, let your eyes slide back to the ball, count from 5, touch the middle of the symbol. Do that a couple times if double vision doesn't clear up. For those not having double vision, continue. If the eyes are pulling a lot, oftentimes pulling the ball into the middle of the face can help ease that up. Noticing what you feel in vulnerability. All right, the next time the ball is at the top, go ahead and put it down. We're going to take a little break in between infinities, do another one. Walk in 3 figure 8s first. I want you to do them a little bit quicker. Looking down at the ground, noticing what comes up about vulnerability, staying in the body. What is happening in the body? Let yourself feel it. Let yourself notice it. Vulnerability, a little quicker on the figure 8s. Walking with me. All right, coming back, we're going to roll up on the balls of the feet, do a little neurological bump. Should shake like you see in the camera. Move the body around. Okay. Now, starting on the left side, holding the head steady. Who and where is it safe for you to be vulnerable? Letting your brain find different people as the ball moving nice and slow. Who has held space for you? Who has protected your secrets without any expiration date? Who has earned your trust to hear your story? Who has earned the privilege of holding space for you? Because that's powerful. And those are people you can count on. Who in your life is there for you, that allows you to be vulnerable, that gives you a safe space to be vulnerable, a space free of judgment, free of criticism, a space for growth, a space for exploration, a space for you to feel anything and everything you need to feel. Who can give that to you? Is it a friend, a therapist, a doctor, a coach, multiple friends, potentially even a partner? Maybe your children, depending on their age and the topics. Who lets you be you? Who lets you be your vulnerable, authentic, amazing, wonderful, beautiful self? Next time the ball is back in the up position, go ahead and put it down. Take a deep breath. Turn the head to the left. Nice big yawn, real or fake. Let that settle. Same thing, other side. Wonderful. I trust that this is what you needed. If you have more work around vulnerability, please feel free to watch this video again. Until next time, have a wonderful day.